Stop. There is no longer an internet you can truly trust. Forget what you see, read, or hear. Right now, as you watch this video, half the information coming at you isn't generated by a mind, but by an automated lie machine. This isn't just spam. This is digital inflation, a force that devalues truth, steals human labor, and threatens to permanently erase the line between fact and fiction. A relentless torrent of pointless AI-generated content is flooding the network, and the situation is escalating at a frightening pace. In the attention economy, where profit hinges on clicks, every corner of the digital ecosystem is now compromised. Fake users spread this digital slop in every comment section. They artificially inflate views and rankings, and they successfully poison every constructive discourse, leaving behind nothing but polarized noise. Thanks to AI, spotting this low-grade material has become nearly impossible. We are no longer dealing with simple spam bots. We are dealing with hyper-efficient, grammatically perfect, and contextually aware generators of synthetic reality. Today, almost half of all internet traffic belongs to bots, and the majority of them are used for profoundly destructive and manipulative ends. They are the invisible army generating the noise that drowns out real voices. It's never been easier to create sheer mediocrity from the bottomless mire of meaninglessness that LinkedIn has become, where bland, algorithmically optimized motivational posts circle endlessly, generating high engagement but zero thought. This low-effort production model is everywhere, from short videos perfectly calibrated to hypnotize children and incinerate their attention spans, a process akin to digital lobotomy, to the endless, soulless rewrites of existing books dominating bestseller lists on Amazon. These books are often generated overnight, cannibalizing the work of actual authors while offering no original insight. AI music is rapidly dominating streaming platforms, making it harder for actual musicians to earn a living, as algorithms favor quantity and sonic sameness over creativity. The scope of this contamination is staggering. Google's algorithms now summarize websites, presenting results as definitive answers, effectively starving independent publishers of traffic and revenue, the very oxygen of the open web. On YouTube, new channels are flourishing, publishing long-form videos multiple times a week with AI-generated thumbnails, voices, and scripts that are just engaging enough to be profitable. True crime, science explainers, video essays, no genre is safe. We are living in the golden age of soulless, factory-made content, where effortlessness is prized above authenticity. And the saddest part? This entire enterprise is built on the fuel of real, honest human work. Every well-thought-out discussion post on Reddit, every original video upload on YouTube, every human illustration on an artist platform like DeviantArt. All of it has been sold out or outright stolen by AI corporations, without attribution or payment to the actual creators. This is creative theft on a planetary scale, a level of institutionalized piracy that makes it impossible for individual creators to defend their intellectual property. This massive sell-off already threatens the economic stability and mental health of millions of creative professionals, all while AI companies continue to enrich themselves by selling back cheap imitations of our own digital reflection. Generative AI truly has the potential to irreversibly break the internet, making it an impossible task to establish what is true. The early promise of AI seemed incredible, but the consequences are turning sinister. Our scripts always begin with a meticulously structured and time-intensive process. It starts with detailed research, which is then refined into a draft that undergoes deep cross-checking by 2 or 3 experienced team members. We strive to rely on what we deem trustworthy, ideally original papers, first-hand sources, and verifiable data. We then bring in 1 to 3 external experts, academics, researchers, or specialists, for input, critique, and validation. The process of data collection and verification alone can take about 100 hours per video. Of course, being human, we are not immune to minor mistakes or oversimplifications, and our conclusions are always open to disagreement. But we can confidently say our process is extremely demanding, built on a decade of commitment to intellectual honesty. When AI first emerged, capable of instantly gathering terabytes of information, we were excited, a mechanical brain to supercharge our research. We started an experiment, and the results looked stunning on the surface. We received dozens of pages of comprehensive outlines with facts and source links. But then we began the essential step: fact-checking. We didn't expect perfection, but the reality was far worse. AI is confidently incorrect, and it's terrible at fact-checking. This is not an opinion. It is a fundamental flaw in its design. We condensed our multi-month experience into a hypothetical project, a video on why brown dwarf objects are the worst in the universe and should be ashamed. We used all the top-tier AI models to create a definitive overview. Initially, it was a goldmine. About 80% of the raw data was solid. We could trace it back to reliable sources like legitimate Wikipedia articles, peer-reviewed papers, and established science publications. But what about the remaining 20%? This was the most compelling and colorful information. The claims about the speed of super winds on their surfaces, the precise nature of their exotic interiors, or how disappointed their galactic parents were. We couldn't find the source for any of it. We consulted our external experts, and they flagged the exact same facts, even asking where we found such novel data. It turned out that to fulfill our request, to make the topic interesting, the AI had invented, extrapolated, or subtly combined facts into new falsehoods, making the subject more sensational. It acted like a bad journalist, fabricating details to enhance a story or fit a specific narrative. We dug even deeper into the seemingly solid sources the AI had cited. One link led to an article on a news site, seemingly written by a human journalist, but its structure felt eerily familiar. An AI text detection tool gave it a 72% match. This was profound. An unverified AI-generated article was being used as a credible source for another AI's research. This self-referential contamination makes chilling sense, as by 2025 there were already over 1,200 confirmed AI-driven news sites publishing masses of misinformation and synthetic false narratives. This toxic cocktail of correct, dubiously sourced, and outright made-up information leads AI to present really shoddy conclusions that sound strong or novel, but are often just half-truths or dangerous misrepresentations. And then the feedback loop closed. By pure chance, we saw a new, visually excellent video on brown dwarfs popping up. It had hundreds of thousands of views. We noticed its structural rhythm, and there it was. It contained all the facts we had previously flagged as unreliable or completely fabricated by our own AI experiment. This is where the death of the internet begins. A real source of the false information now exists online. When the next AI repeats the same research, it will find the transcript of this highly viewed video and assign it authority. The lie has become the truth. Long before AI, it was hard enough to trace the origin of compelling but false facts. Now, it may become functionally impossible. The most corrosive element of the entire problem is how trustworthy AI appears. It's accurate enough in its mechanics to seem superhumanly smart, yet it is incredibly confidently incorrect in its conclusions. It casually lies to your face, often very subtly. When you catch it, it immediately admits it, vows never to do it again, and, after a brief apology, it immediately does it again. Despite all its eloquence, there is nobody home behind the linguistic facade. You are not talking to a greater intelligence or a consciousness. The current AI is an extremely complex tool that doesn't understand what it's doing or what nails are. Yet we are letting it not only add new shelves to the library of human knowledge, but stock them with dubious, unchecked volumes. This problem is spreading due to blind trust. Studies analyzing the language of millions of scientific papers published before and after the rise of large language models found an abrupt and sharp increase in the frequency of words and sentence structures that AIs favor. It seems clear that now a significant portion of papers has been at least assisted by AI, usually without acknowledgement. This contamination reached a frightening ethical low point when, in July 2025, it was discovered that a number of researchers had started to sneaking hidden, human invisible messages into their papers. Using white text or microfont, they explicitly prompted AIs to review their work positively and avoid flagging flaws. As more and more people use AI carelessly, that collective global library, the foundation of all scientific and human endeavor, is getting less and less reliable. This brings us to the core economic and ethical question. What about us? Will we survive this age of digital slop? Will AI slop kill our channel and human creativity? On the internet, there is only one truly valuable resource: human attention. If current trends continue, it is not far-fetched that cheap, just good enough slop content will soak up the majority of human attention. This will make us dumber, less informed, erode our attention spans further, and increase societal divides. If AI eats the majority of the attention pie, projects like ours, which require hundreds of human hours and high production costs, will become economically unfeasible. We would be forced to downsize, or worse, use AI ourselves just to compete. We don't want to play this game. We would rather quit than make AI slop. So how will we use AI like the Align tool in Adobe Illustrator? If you have a bunch of boxes and you want to line them up perfectly, you can do this manually, or you can just select them, click Align, and have them perfectly arrayed in an instant. It's the same with using AI programming tools for animation code, or utilizing it as a faster, sophisticated Google alternative for initial data gathering. AI is a helpful tool, but the creativity, the ethical judgment, and the integrity are still ours. So, dear Internet, here is our promise. Our content is made by humans, for humans, and it will remain that way. We will produce well-researched content and invest vast amounts of time and our human creativity into our illustrations and animations. We pour our soul into our work, We will continue to fact-check and discuss our research with human experts to give you the most trustworthy information that we can. When we make mistakes, they will be our human mistakes. Our team consists of dozens of dedicated people, and maintaining this level of quality requires substantial resources. If you value real, human-made content over digital slop, join our community. Support us in any way that allows us to continue pouring our human hours, research, and creative soul into what we do. Together, we will ride out the slop wave.